It has more than 150 years of history and was designated a historic landmark in the state. Tonight, our Desmond Shaw is taking a look at the Casa Adobe de San Rafael in Glendale.
We'll take a look at this historic home in Glendale. It's the Casa Adobe de San Rafael. It's one of the oldest homes in the city of Glendale, having been built in 1865, that according to SoCalLandmarks.com. One of the last remnants of the massive Rancho de San Rafael, which was one of the largest of the old Spanish land grants at over 36,000 acres. That basically ran from the Verdugo Mountains east to the Arroyo Seco and from the Crescenta Valley south to the LA River. So this home was actually built by the first sheriff of Los Angeles. That was Tomas Sanchez and his wife Maria Sepulveda. They'd been given 100 acres of land from Maria's stepfather, Rafael Verdugo de Sepulveda, names you definitely recognize, now attached to several greater LA area roads and boulevards. This was a happy home for Tomas and Maria. Tomas was a particularly well-liked man in the community. They were known for throwing some great parties at their adobe. Tomas passed away in 1882. Maria would live here for a couple more years, but fell on some hard financial times and actually had to sell the ranch to Andrew Glassell, another name you probably recognize, for about $12,000. She would live out her days in Los Angeles. The adobe could have easily been torn down, but it passed through many different owners in the following decades. Now it sits on only about an acre and a half of the original 100 acres of land. It really hit a low point in the 1920s, falling into horrible disrepair, but a group of women living in a nearby community were able to convince the city of Glendale to buy the property for its historic value and have it restored. So the city did just that in the early 1930s, and they soon declared it a California Historic Landmark. According to GlendaleBeautiful.org, the home's been restored with furniture and artifacts found from the late 1800s to perfectly recreate what life was like here at that time. You're also going to find some really beautiful eucalyptus trees whose seeds actually came all the way from Australia. They were brought here by a Spanish missionary. So not only is this a great park to relax in, you can also rent it out for weddings. The adobe also open for tours on the first Sunday of every month and additional days in the summertime. GlendaleCA.gov for more info and for park hours. Always enjoy learning about the Rancho era of Southern California. So big thanks to Shirley McIntyre for telling me to check it out. Taking a look at this from SkyCal, I'm Desmond Shaw.
And if you'd like Desmond to take a look at something interesting in your neighborhood, write us at lookatthis@cbs.com.